Alrighty, what's up guys? Before we get into this video, I do want to point out a few things. First thing being, this is to my loyal subscribers. There's only a handful of you guys, but you may have noticed a lack of content on my channel for the past few weeks. I've been in the middle of moving, so I haven't had a chance to really make anything sneaker related, although I've been buying sneakers, which is terrible because I have a bunch of expenses right now and I really shouldn't be spending my money on these things, but whatever. Anyway, I have a few videos in my vault that have just been waiting to be uploaded, and this is one of them. This one is hilarious because I got these on release back in October of 2020, and in looking at my files, I finally got around to making a video on them in early January 2021. 6 months later, I'm finally now getting to uploading this. It's mid-July right now, July 12th to be exact. I gotta do better with my uploads, but you know, life is busy and it is what it is. But anyway, before we get into the video, I referenced in it that I was gonna sell these, and actually I still have them. I never wore them. They're still in dead stock condition at my actual house. It's crazy to see how much prices have gone up on them. I'm still on the fence about selling them or not. I've acquired a few PSG Jordans over the last few months, so I think I might hang on to them for a bit longer, but who knows. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Enjoy the video, drop it a like and comment, and also be sure to follow me on Instagram so you're up to date with my current situation. Without further ado, here we go. So here's a sneaker that I've had for a few months now, and I'm just now finally getting around to making the video on. I hit on these things on the Nike SNKRS app in October of 2020, and I swear whenever I get things on the SNKRS app, it's always for things that I don't necessarily want. Not to say that these things are a bad sneaker, it's just that I would much rather take the W on something else. That being said, I still do have them in my collection. I figured I can make a quick video about them before I decide to sell them off. So these things are the Air Jordan 4 Retro, PSG, or Paris Saint-Germain. Starting with the box, it comes in this two-piece box with a Bordeaux color top and a black color bottom. When you open these things up, you're greeted by some tissue paper that has the Jumpman logo as well as some PSG logoing. As well as the inside, it has this grass or artificial turf looking thing, which is fitting because Paris Saint-Germain is a football club based out in Paris, or soccer as we call it here in the States. The box is obviously different from traditional Air Jordan 4 boxes, and another differentiating factor here is at the box label. So these things are listed as the Air Jordan 4 Retro PSG in the white, Bordeaux, and neutral gray colorway, and had a suggested retail price of $225. So this $225 is a little more expensive than the traditional $200 of Air Jordan 4 Retros of late, and if I had to point any fingers, I'd blame it on this PSG nameplate on here. With the box out of the way, we could finally get to the sneakers. So as I mentioned, these are the Air Jordan Retro 4. These initially debuted on Michael Jordan's feet in 1989, and has obviously come a long way since. These are more of a lifestyle sneaker nowadays, not so much to be worn on court, but you could definitely see how these have that old school basketball look to them while also having that new age sort of lifestyle feel to them. Throughout a majority of the uppers is this white textured leather. It has a nice grain and pebble to it. The overall quality of the leather on here looks to be decent. A lot of times Jordan Brand uses a finish, which I'm sure this is, and not really a genuine leather. Although for $225, you are paying a hefty premium, so leather should be on point here. I will say it has a nice soft feel to it, and I think it will have a nice aged look once you wear these things. It'll get that natural sort of creasing. Another detail includes this gray nubuck piece at the toe. The nubuck itself is whatever, but I think it's a nice contrast from the white leather. And while we're there, we could talk about this little tag here. You won't find a tag like this on any other Air Jordan 4, so I'm not even gonna bother translating it here. I have no French background at all, but apparently it's a colloquial term that references the football club, I believe. I'm gonna have to fact check myself there. I guess on the topic of sayings, on the insole, it forgoes any sort of logoing. Rather, it has this quote, again in French that I'm not even gonna bother pronouncing, but it does translate to something. I'll have it in some text box right here. Moving back outside of the shoe, you have some traditional Air Jordan 4 details, including this white plastic or rubber netting, I can't really quite tell, and then underneath that is some sort of black textile. Holding together these white flat laces that, by the way, have some gold aglets to them, are these rubber pieces. I have no basis of Air Jordan 4 knowledge, as in this is my first pair actually, shockingly enough. I was always curious as to what sort of material was on here. It looks to be some sort of rubber or some sort of plastic, but either way, not really sure what I was expecting there, but that's what it is. At the tongue is a Jumpman logo, and underneath it is the word flight in a Bordeaux color, and then behind the tongue is the Air Jordan logo upside down. So the initial idea behind this obviously was to have the tongue bent over and it'll read Air Jordan forwards. Getting to the back of the sneaker now is arguably my favorite detail, and it's this Paris Saint-Germain logoing at the back. So this is unlike any other Jordan 4 that has a Nike Air or a Jumpman logo in the back, in that it uses the football club's actual logoing, which is pretty sweet. This is also a rubber piece. I'm not sure if traditional Jordan 4s come in a rubber piece or a plastic, but this one is rubber. And then behind it is the number 75, which I'm not exactly sure of the significance behind it. I'll be sure to have a sort of text card if I'm wrong. Moving down the sneaker is the midsole, which is that Air Jordan 4 midsole. Towards the heel, you can see the visible air unit, and if we're talking chronologically, we've seen these on the 3s. After the 3s, we've obviously seen it on the 5s and 6s as well. I actually really like the color blocking on here. You get some Bordeaux, you get some white, you get some black. All nice complementary colors to match the overall theme of the sneakers. Down below is the rubber outsole with your traditional herringbone traction pattern, your stars up front, and then you get your Jumpman logo at the midfoot. So I can't speak too much on sizing and comfort because these things are choked up from the factory, and I don't plan on wearing them because I think I will eventually sell them off. But what I do hear of complaints is that they do run a bit snug because of the leather material. It is a bit stiffer to start, so you do need some time to break it in. That being said, people tend to go true to size on these things. If you want a looser fit, obviously go up half the size, but I think true to size should be good on here. And just for comparison, I have a pair of the Union Air Jordan 4 Guavas. I've tried them on and my true 9.5 fits me fine, so I'm sure that'll be the case here. As for overall value on these things, $225 for any sneaker is a hefty ask. And even on a Jordan 4, I'm hesitant to even spend $200 on them retail. However, if you're a Paris Saint-Germain fan or any sort of football Jordan brand fan, these are definitely worth grabbing. Personally, I think this is a clean colorway for a casual fan like myself. However, I'm not a die-hard football fan at all, so these really don't have any significance to me. I was lucky to grab them at retail again for $225 on the Nike SNKRS app, and resale prices are skyrocketing into low 300s nowadays. And seeing the prices shoot up on these things, I'm likely gonna sell them off and use that money for something else, which is again why I haven't worn them, and you're not gonna see an on-foot portion. Although I figured it was worth highlighting for the archives that at one point I did have these in my possessions, hence why I threw this quick video together. In any case, it seems that most Air Jordan retro models have been on the rise if you let them sit for a few months, and you know, being in January now at the time of me filming this, these released a few months back and are now starting to see prices go up. Like a lot of the recent Jordan sneakers I've picked up, I definitely like these sneakers, but I don't love them. And for that reason, these are going to be on the chopping block. So by the time this video uploads, I've probably already sold them. So yeah, not much else to say beyond that. Let me know what you guys think of these PSG 4s in the comment section below. Are these something you guys are messing with, or is this an easy pass for you? As always, I appreciate your viewership. It'd be great if you could drop a like if you haven't already, as well as subscribe to the channel. Doing both those things really goes a long way in growing the channel and, you know, continues to motivate me to make these videos. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at StuffDylanLikes for more sneaker content like this. That's all for now though. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.